but now I'm hooked. Now I've seen a wolf, and I want one even more than ever. So talking with Pete, we decided that I should come back in a couple of weeks. I had an opening in my schedule. So I did. I came back 2 weeks later, again with my dart and crossbow in hand. That was my dream. That was my goal, to shoot one with that crossbow. I go back to that same blind I started out in. This time, I'm hunting over a moose carcass. The Indians up there had shot a moose, taken the hind quarters off, and left it to lay. So Pete and his dad grabbed it legally and brought it in to use it for bait. And the good thing about this wolf carcass is it was moved closer to me. This time it was 34 yards from the blind. Perfect. 3 hours after dawn, I'm looking off into the bush, and boom, here comes a wolf. This wolf is acting real hinky. He doesn't want to come into the bait, but finally he commits. He comes into this bait, and then he starts to feed seriously. He's working on this moose. I'm getting a good look at this animal. After all, he's only 34 yards away. My sense was, and I'm no wolf expert, but I felt like it wasn't a big animal. Not that that was a criteria for me to shoot him, but a combination of, he didn't look like he was real big, looked like he was a little bit scruffy, and it was only my first morning back in the blind. I mean, only been there 3 hours. I'm thinking, well, if they're this active on this trip, maybe I should hold out for one of those black wolves that I know are hitting this bait. So I sat there and I watched that wolf for an hour. He gave me a dozen different shots, and I let him go. Okay, now the question, why hunt wolves? Several reasons for this. I guess the most simplistic is it's legal and it's fun. I don't know why I feel the need to explain beyond that, but I will. Also, it's a means of predator control. There are so many wolves in that part of Ontario right now that they're coming into the cities, and of course that's causing all kinds of problems. You don't want wolf packs roaming through the cities. So the locals there want you to shoot the wolves. The Ministry of Natural Resources wants you to shoot wolves. And on my trip to White River, I was going to do my best to accomplish that goal of predator control.
Well, I reluctantly put down the crossbow, and I moved to a new spot, a gun blind. The bait here is about 100 yards away. This is the same spot I saw a wolf on my first trip up here to White River a few weeks ago. Everything feels good. A little warmer this morning, about 11 degrees. A little overcast, spitting snow. Got birds in front of us. Should work.
I'm in that blind, scanning the ice. About 10 o'clock. I look up, and there he is. And he's coming to the bait. I get him on camera. I get him in my scope. He gets to the bait. He's 108 yards away. I put the crosshairs just behind his shoulder. I squeezed the trigger. Click. Nothing. The wolf now is 108 yards away. He hears that click, turns around and started to leave. I managed to pan the camera over, rack in another round, get the crosshairs behind his shoulder once again, squeeze the trigger. This time, boom. Wolf goes down.
Dead wolf. Dead wolf. What happened with that click?
Well, here we go. I gotta tell you, I don't think I have ever worked so hard for an animal in my life and dealt with such tough conditions, cold, long days, but it was worth it. This is he's a male. First wolf I've ever taken up here in White River, sorry, with Superior Bear Outfitters. Pete Jones, his mom Peggy, Dad Dave, thank you. And of course, as always, thank you, God, for giving me the, the patience to sit this one out. We're going to put a tag in this guy, make everything all legal, and head back for home. I'll tell you what, again, I think I earned this guy, and it feels pretty darn good.